Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I did a voiceover video, so I thought I should start doing these things again. So here I have a soft foldable net wire type something. I don't know exactly what they call it, but this one we use it for the windows in our home as a net or like a curtain type something. I don't know exactly what they call it. Do let me know in comment sections what's the exact name of this thing. This is quite soft and foldable, and you know that I have been using it I think 2 or 3 times for my sculptures as well. It can hold the shape, so that's why I prefer to do this. And then I was thinking, like, sometimes we need to make bowls with paper. Exact bowl, the round one, that's easy to make with paper, but if you want to do something like a little bit folded plate type or tray type thing, that's quite difficult to do it with paper. So I prefer to use this wire instead of wasting time too much on the paper to apply it on something to give it the shape. So I prefer to use this wire net. I have cut it into a roughly leaf shape, and then I will start to do the rest of the work on it. Because I'm going to use some white glue and paper mache paste, so I will put something down on the table so it will not be getting messy and harden after it's get dry. For just safety, I have put a rough paper down and then that wire net leaf over it. And here I'm mixing this paper mache clay. You cannot call it clay actually, this is just simple white glue and some pulps of egg carton. I have soaked it into the water to make it soft a little bit, and then I actually just put it into the glue and I mixed it. And then this paste type something, you can call it now, I will start applying it over this leaf. The reason is that so instead of using the paper with the glue on it, because it's wire and you know it will not hold the layer of alone glue and the paper, I was just afraid after getting dry the papers will start to come out. So that's why I just thought that this type of clay will be much better. Paper bulbs, they will stick inside the tiny holes of this wire, so this was a sudden idea in my mind to use this thing. I will apply it only on one side. The behind, the bottom surface will automatically covered with the top layer of this glue and paper pearl. I know I have been so away from my work and the passion of making sculptures and figurines and dolls and those things. The reason is that once you get away from a routine, or for in my case, actually, I changed the country. Because of that, the gap came as well, and I became very busy in my current country, in many other things, in relatives and all that things. I couldn't give proper time to my channel, and I started to enjoy the socialism more than doing my artwork, and I became extreme busy into environment where I am living now. But inside, something was bothering me actually, because this was my passion to make the cardboard furniture, to make the dolls and all that. It was something inside forcing me to do the artwork, but I was extremely lazy. So now I started to come back slowly to the things I actually love to do, and I hope I will keep doing the artwork, which is really my passion and my real happiness actually. Okay, now here I have finished applying this paste over this piece, and I will leave it to dry. Definitely it will take 1 or 2 days completely to dry, depends on the environment where you are putting. If it's very hot, it will dry in one day, otherwise it will take them some time. Once it's dry now, I will use this clay Okay, this is really lovely clay, and this clay is not uh, polymer or the other clay, paper clay or something. This is actually mud to make the pots and cups and those things, and I am really loving it. I first time I'm using this type of clay, and I thought I should try. It will not hold the shape if you put it in any molds, like to make flower or leaf shapes, because it's very uh, muddy type. It's actually for pots and dishes to make, but I am trying to make it on this piece in a different way, so it's my first try. Let's see if it will work or not. I hope it will work. It's a little bit liquid in it, so it was quite hard to work, but once I started to use a little bit of water in it, on my fingers, actually on my hands, it started to work easily. And I will make some branches of the trees, and then some leaves on it. Leaves, actually one of the piece I tried to put it in the mold of the leaf, but it didn't work because it's quite soft and very runny type of clay. Actually the modeling clay, this is actually the pottery clay, this is. So it will not work on the molds until it's a little bit outside the nylon and it's getting dry and a little bit becoming hard, and then maybe it will hold the shape in the mold, but otherwise it's not. So anyway, I will try this, but I was really enjoying using this clay. I bought only 2 packets of this one, but I'm thinking to purchase some more before it's get finished in the market, because in my coming videos I'm thinking if I'm going to make sculptures and figurines more, I will be using this clay for their arms and for their body and faces, those things. But I was quite bored as well making the figurines, because I wanted to try something different as well. So that's why it took me quite long time to decide what actually I need to make. So this is my first try uh, of this tray I'm making, full of leaves, just to check if I can go with some other ideas or not. Yeah, let's see what next coming in my mind and in my video. In these days, nature is inspiring me a lot more than before. Um, that's why I am preferring to leave the sculptures and figurines for some time, and I start to focus on more these kinds of things like mini gardens, something related to plants and leaves and grass and all that stuff. I don't know why in these days it's becoming more and more attractive thing for me to focus on nature. So that's why I was a little bit away from channel to just think about these things more, to bring it into my videos. So after taking a long time, I decided to make something like this. I was actually thinking that maybe people will not get uh, more interest into these type of videos because they are used to of my figurines and sculptures. But actually I need to change a little bit uh, the trend of the videos, and it's nice to give sometimes happiness to yourself, uh, to follow the things what you actually like to do. I was really in love to make figurines and sculptures, but suddenly it's changed and I'm more into nature and leaves and flowers and those things. So I'm thinking to give it a different type of style to make some videos related to this type of fashion. I have finished all the leaves on this tray, and now I am going to make some flowers with the same clay. As I told you, I have the molds of different types of flowers, but this clay was actually very muddy type. It was not holding the shape. I tried to put it inside the mold, but it didn't hold the shape. It was staying there while I was bringing out the flower from the mold. It was badly stuck in there, and it didn't hold the shape. So I decided to make some flowers by hand only. I will just stick it on top of the leaves, and then with the different tools I will try to give it the shape, because I'm still not perfect into making these things by hand, like uh, with the paste they do flowerings and leaves with the spatula and those things. I really love to do that work, but I'm still not perfect at all, and I never tried even to do that. So I was just trying. This was kind of my first try, and I hope to get involved into these things more than uh, other stuff, because now this is my new passion and I'm loving the nature more than other things. So here I actually applied the glue. I forgot to open the camera to film it. I took just very thick glue without any water in it. I started to apply it all over this tray, between the leaves and branches and everything, just to keep them on the places to hold the wire tray properly, because I was afraid once the mud will get dry it can come out. So I just, for the safety reasons, I applied the glue all around it and I left it dry completely. And now here this light beige color acrylic paint I'm using to cover all the tray, and later on I will be changing this color as well. In the next step you will see that. Once this color will dry, I will start to apply the different colors to color the branches and the leaves, and I will be using first the thick brush to color the everything on top. Then with the tiny small brush I will be covering the edges completely to make the nice finishing. This video took me almost 3 days to make it, while coloring all of these things and to edit it, because I was really enjoying the process. Here you can see the close-up of the leaves and all this process. As I'm watching it right now, it's making me so relaxed. So while the working on it was also really calming and very inspiring for me. There is no doubt that nature is always very inspiring for almost everyone, but for me, I think first time I'm doing this kind of thing, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope to make different things with the same process. like now to make the bowls with the lid to put something inside for the kitchen, or to store something, or to make some jewelry boxes which will be covered with the same things, like different kinds of nature related things, some bushes, some grass, some tiny miniatures homes on it, or something like this. This is actually in my mind, because this thing really gave me so much pleasure and happiness and relaxation while working on this thing. And I hope you enjoyed the same thing as I have enjoyed in the making and filming the video. So these flowers, I will be covering them with the very nice, beautiful, bright pinkish shade acrylic paint. I'm using all the acrylic paints in this project. Do not just color the flowers, branches, and the leaves on top only. You have to cover the edges and the sides till bottom, because that will give it actually the real shape of the leaves and the 3D work type, and it will make it looks more real when you cover the edges from all the sides of the leaves to make the shape prominent. If you will just color on top surfaces of these branches and leaves, flowers, it will not give that beauty as it will give while you are covering all the leaves from all the sides. And here this light brown muddy color acrylic paint I am using just to highlight the branches uh, of the flowers. And then I will be using bright green color to highlight the leaves as well. Same muddy color I used to highlight the branches, I'm using here on the bottom, underneath the flower, underneath the branches, and around the leaves and those things, because I thought that very white shade was not looking beautiful, and after adding this shade it made it looks like more natural and more beautiful. So here we are almost done, and I really loved the finishing of this one, and it was really looking very beautiful. I'm going to make more different shapes related to these type of nature uh, things, and I hope that you will enjoy this new type of videos. Please do subscribe to my channel, support me as you have been doing in start as well, so I can bring more different kinds of videos for you guys. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.